Hello everyone, Spaced Oyster here, and welcome back to Let's Play Final Fantasy XII The Zodiac Age. In the last episode, we confronted Judge Bergen, aka Mr. Fantasy Wolverine, in the headquarters of the Grand Kiltias here on Mount But-Omisace, and learned that Larsa got spirited away, and that we're basically going to have to go to Arcadia now and break all of their stuff. But in this episode, we're going to be doing anything but that, because this is actually a good time to do some side quests. Of particular note, these vendors here on Mount But-Omisace, they are selling some new things, and I did make sure to buy some of them. In particular, I got a platinum sword, so Balthier wouldn't have to worry about using an elemental weapon. And I got a new spear for Vaughn, so that way if he needs to fight flying enemies, he doesn't have to use an elemental weapon. They got a few more things, but I wouldn't worry too much about making sure you can buy everything they have here, because you really do not need it. There's going to be some new stuff made available for purchase once we get to the newest area, and then there will be new stuff made available after you get through the area after that. So new gear is far from the highest priority. Instead, what we'll be doing is we'll be tackling a couple more hunts, and we'll be following that up with a side quest. Yeah, there's a side quest that's not tied to hunts. It's amazing. To be honest, I probably missed a few. Anyway, let's go ahead and accept the new hunt first. There is one particular hunt I highly recommend you take care of before you do the side quest I'm about to tackle. There's a side quest you can do for the Western Sand. Let's see, is it... I have to make frequent trips through... yes, this is the hunt you want to take care of, the ringworm. The reason being, it only shows up under certain weather conditions, and after you do the side quest in the Western Sand, those weather conditions become a lot trickier to trigger. Anyway, we need to go down and talk to Ballsack. I know that's not his name, but it's close enough that that's what I'm going to call him from now on. And I was trying to do that review for Kirby Star Allies, but it ends up all my footage, or as it turns out, all my footage ended up being completely unusable. So I'm gonna have to re-record that from scratch. Fortunately, it should be a lot easier. I can just follow along with the audio, have that play, and then hit record and do that. So hopefully it shouldn't be too tough to actually get that up, but it's gonna be a lot tougher. I'm a little disheartened now. You saw the bill I posted? Well, no harm in telling you, I guess. See, we go out into the Western Stand to train and drill, keep ourselves sharp. Only we've run into a slight problem. I'd like to keep the rest as quiet as possible, so I can only tell you more once you accept the hunt. What do you say? Do we have an agreement? Accept. This might be a little more than you're ready for, but I suppose there's only one way to find out. There's a place in the Western Sand called the Wind Trace Dunes. That's where we encountered the ringworm. It's a frightfully strong beast. We couldn't keep training with the likes of that around, so we practiced an orderly retreat instead. But we can't hide away forever. That's why we need you to hunt this ringworm. You should be able to find it just south of the central region of the Wind Trace Dunes. You won't find it there just any time, though. I can't be sure, but I think it only comes out when the elements are to its liking. Good luck! Ringworm, the hunt begins! So, the specific weather conditions he mentioned, those would be just a basic sandstorm. And as for the ringworm itself, well, if the picture on the bill is anything to go by, it's pretty much exactly like, Tiamat. I am horrible with names today. let's see. Sorry, trying to look up the stuff on, trying to get everything prepared. I took some notes about some strategies and other stuff. Alright, so we need to go to the Western Sand first, so let's do that. Let's see, Westgate, the Aerodrome. And for some odd reason, my phone is misbehaving. Very, very unfortunate. Oh. I forgot Fran can do that to herself. I forgot to turn that off. And I forgot to turn it off Penelo. I am just forgetting everything today. I usually do that off screen, but I forgot today. Alright. So the Windtrace Dunes are this area here, right next to that safe crystal. So if you have trouble with this guy, you can just go there. But if you come into the Western Sand and there's no sandstorm, the easiest way to start one was actually to head to the north first. And I guess I could just run away from all these enemies, because aside from license points, there's really no benefit to killing them. Oh, and I probably should have mentioned it early game, but I only actually came here once. But the easiest way to get a lot, and I mean a lot of experience in the very early game is in this small area here. You just keep going back and forth. There's a rare monster that will spawn here. I forget its exact name, but its spawn conditions are easy to trigger, and your very low-leveled party of Vaughn and Penelo can handle it pretty easily, because it's an undead enemy and Phoenix Downs kill it. So you just get it to spawn, and then you get it to spawn by just having a party member in critical HP, which is very easy to do. You can order your characters to attack themselves. Then you go in there, hit it with a Phoenix Down, and then leave before the experience and license points things pop up, and then you can come right back in and it'll spawn right again, as if you hadn't killed it. But you still get the experience points, so it's very worthwhile. Let's see. And to get a sandstorm going in the Western Sand, when you actually want a sandstorm, you go in here, and we get this small cutscene that plays. And you won't be able to actually go any further, so I'm not even going to try, but that makes the whole area covered in sandstorm. And I probably could have phrased that better, but whatever. We are good to go. Well, I guess in other not Final Fantasy XII news, related to me anyway, is that I've actually got my next Let's Play planned out, and I did a practice run through of it, and I think it's going to turn out well. But I'm just going to leave that for the not here and now, because that is neither here nor now. And there's no sandstorm anyway. Why did it go away? Well, you know what? There's also the entrance to the Ogier Yensa down there. I can just keep going back and forth through there too. Never mind, sandstorm. Okay. So now I'm going to turn these gambits back on for Penelo and Fran. the speed back down to normal. There we go. Good job, Penelo. Don't know why I'm treating her like a cat, but whatever. And it should be in this area right around this big rock. Normally, I'd say get rid of all the enemies in the area first, because they would make the fight more inconvenient, as we saw with the Enceladus. But that's really not the case here, because this enemy isn't all that tough. Or, well, no, the mark itself is actually pretty tough, but the enemies surrounding it are not. As soon as I can actually find the damn thing. Sorry, dang thing. There it is. On your mini-map, they always show up as bigger, little big circles, or bigger circles. Alright, and I'm gonna run around as Fran, since exactly like the, Tiamat, he is going to use a conal AoE breath attack that can cause, what's the status condition I'm thinking of? Sap. So you want to make sure that he's not going to use it on your other party members. So play as your tank, make sure he's positioned in the right direction, and whoop his ass. As you'll notice, he is weak to fire, and it looks like he wants to use Immobilize, so let's go ahead and make ourselves immune to that. Or was I already immune to that? No, I'm immune to sleep. Immobilize. So I forgot to double check all of his skills before coming here. Penelo. Seriously, Penelo. There we go. Sadly, I don't have the Wormfire shot yet. I believe it's actually possible to get a hold of that before doing this hunt, but I didn't do that. Yeah, after he uses Restore, he becomes a lot more resistant to damage. He's not going to take nearly as much. And then once he gets into critical HP, he's also going to be a lot faster. Yeah. Did he seriously just confuse Fran? Seriously, Penelo, what the hell is wrong with you? Yeah. You know what, from now on, I'm gonna run around as Penelo, because apparently she doesn't know how to keep close enough to keep her party members healthy. Looks like Ash got hit with sap, so we're gonna get rid of that by casting Regen on her. This guy is also vulnerable to, let's see, what's the name of it? Blind. So if you want to inflict him with Blind, that's actually a pretty good idea. I'm gonna go ahead and give that a shot while Fran's getting back on her feet. There we go, blinded him. And then we're gonna regen on Penelo to get rid of that sap. I'm thinking I should probably change up my item stuff, because these characters are taking a whole lot of damage, and he's just spamming breath. That's just sad. Now, if more of my characters had quickening charges, then I would totally use them. Fortunately, that blind actually worked pretty well. And the ringworm is down. Now we're gonna go report back to Ballsack. Let's see, where am I going? There, that's where I'm going. Alright, and I forgot to turn these gambits back off. I was a little worried I was actually below the recommended level listed on this guide, which I guess isn't actually the best source, because this game is pretty gear dependent, so it doesn't really matter. There were a few other things I could talk about on the way back to Ravenester, and before we accept the next hunt. Let's see, a few plot details is one thing is that when it was with that scene with Emperor Gramis and Vane, shortly before Gramis died. Gramis. I'm always gonna call him Gramis, like Wallace and Gramis. Anyway, shortly before he died, some people say that there's the implication that Gramis was telling Vane to finish off the Emperor, since he was pretty much dead anyway, or as close to it, and then frame the Senate so that way Vane could have more power. Well, that's exactly what happened, but the question is whether or not the Emperor Gramis was on that, or in on that, or if Vane came up with it all by himself as his dad was passing away. Oh, I think I need those. Anyway, I gotta report back to my the hunt person first. I completely forgot about that. You know what? Since the next hunt I want to accept is on the way... I went in the wrong way. The Muthru Bazaar always throws me off. It always feels like the bazaar is on the, northern part of the town for some odd reason, and yet it's on the south, so I always forget that I gotta move north to get out of there and get to the next location. It is really, really quite a handful. Anyway, our next hunt we accept directly from Mont-Black himself. How fares the hunt, Kupo? Kupo-po? You're a headhunter already? You've been burning the midnight oil, Kupo. Clan Centuro knows how to treat its hardworking members, Kupo. Here, a reward for your accomplishment. Keep up the splendid work, Kupo. You know what? There's a lot of stuff going on. I'm just gonna skip this from now on, because, yeah, that's gonna get very annoying very fast. Alright, so the Gill Snapper here is what we're after. This one is also only available while it's raining in the Giza Plains, and just like with the Crocodile, it also has a bit that's finished when it's dry in Giza. Anyway, looks like this guy's got to say something. Going to ask about the Gill Snapper, are you? You've got some drive in you, boy. I could learn a thing or two from you. Been sitting on my tail so long, it's like to sprout roots. Maybe it's time I went on a hunt myself. Which actually starts a trend that you'll see in a few occasions with the bigger hunt marks you can accept from Mont-Black. Namely, that other hunters will join in and help you out. Very, very nice touch. Let's see, right down here. And then another thing I should probably should have already looked up already was when Vaughn gets his next ninja sword. Anyway, gonna read this. You did it! I didn't think you had it in you, but clearly I was wrong. Here's your well-earned bounty. Yeah, since he gives us an ice brand, they probably intended for you to be able to hunt it before now. Well, now that our problem's been dealt with, I should be on my way. I'm not getting much training done standing around here. I'm glad we had the chance to meet. If this is the last time, well, take care of yourself. Oh my gosh, he's a magician! Or a ghost. I mean, we've already met one ghost. Anyway, now that we've accepted since we've already accepted our new hunt, let's go ahead and leave through the south gate onto the Giza Plains. And if you'll remember, there is an entrance here in Lowtown that goes directly to the south gate. And Lowtown is an interesting case in that for the royal city of Rabanastre, it used to be just a place where well, it used to be a giant storehouse, but after the Imperials invaded, I think a lot of Imperials moved into the city, so they appropriated a lot of the bigger places, or the more expensive and extravagant places above town. So a lot of the common citizens of Rabanastre had to move down into the storehouses. I just realized I could have equipped Ash with the fire staff while we were fighting that thing. Oh well. Anyway, we gotta go back to that solitary save crystal that Jin was at that one time. And we'll be able to talk to our petitioner there. I don't know how these hyenas are managed to get so much stronger when it's raining. Yeah, maybe their constitution is tied to the weather. Maybe, but I doubt it. But if you are using a black mage and you have them casting spells frequently, definitely hold on to the fire, storm, and blizzard staffs, so that way if you're fighting an enemy weak to one of those elements, you can greatly boost your damage. Anyway, here we are. Have you come about my bill for the Gill Snapper? I knew it! I had a feeling about you. Well, let's get on with it then. What do you say? I'm sure you know that we live here only during the dry, and leave the village come the rains. There are, however, circumstances preventing us from leaving now. I keep telling you, I didn't know the hairpin was made of tortoise shell. And I don't remember you complaining when I gave it to you. Oh, it's beautiful. Quiet! If I hadn't sent you to Rabanastre to sell our sunstones when we wouldn't be in this trouble in the first place. You only brought me the hairpin hoping it would keep me from noticing how much money you had spent. You meant to trick me. And to add insult to your deception, you find me a hairpin of tortoise shell. What has Elder Brunoa said about tortoise shell? You're incorrigible. I'm sorry you had to see that. Please allow me to continue. A great beast known as the Gill Snapper once ruled these plains. Our people call it the Rain Lord. A fearsome tortoise, it fights as a beast possessed in battle. Our forefathers drove it away, but now it has returned. No doubt this hairpin my brother brought me has awakened to the curse and stirred its wrath. Elder Brunoa keeps the Rain Lord away while we're here, but she can't do that when everybody leaves during the rains. So she asked us to stay and keep Giza safe while they're gone. I don't know how, but this urn's protected us from that Rain Lord so far. But until the thing is taken care of for good, we're gonna have to keep doing this. Please, the Rain Lord, the Gill Snapper, kill it! I hear the conviction of your words. Take the urn my brother is carrying. And that was the brother talking the whole time. Brunoa prepared the urn to seal away the evil of the Rain Lord. You must point the urn at the creature as you land the killing blow. The Rain Lord, this Gill Snapper, is to the east in a place called the Tracks of the Beast. Heavy rains draw it out to wreak its havoc. Unfortunately, we are unfamiliar with Giza during the rains. The wadis overflow with water. Paths wash away. I don't know how to reach it. Still, there must be some way. Please search Giza and put an end to our curse. I should have been paying more attention to their names to notice whether or not to notice who was actually talking. Yeah, I probably should save, but this game autosaves enough that it's not a big concern. Anyway, the area they're actually talking about, we've already unlocked it. It's that semi-secret area that was on the map that we tried to get to right here. But I forgot one of the things. Told you I'd be here to help you, didn't I? This Gill Snapper will be easy prey with Bansat at your side, Clan Centiro's finest. Only one problem, I haven't seen our mark anywhere. I remember hearing something about it liking certain kind of weather or some such. Yeah, they decided to give us a tutorial right here on weather conditions making enemies spawn. So all you gotta do is keep leaving and re-entering until the right weather condition pops up. There it is. Now stand back and let Clan Centiro's finest show you how it's done. Time to finish this. And speaking of finishing things, I'm gonna go ahead and turn on this one, but we're gonna have to change the target to Balthier. And now that Ash has an extra Gambit slot, I'm also gonna set her up to do Decoy, so that way I have someone who can set up Decoy when Penello's busy healing. Let's wait till it sticks, and there it is. Let's see. And as for things to watch out for it, I don't remember exactly, but I can look that up while my team gets started on killing it. And I forgot, I've been wanting to buy new gambits. And since Ash is using Thunder, let's go ahead and equip her with a Storm Staff. And it looks like this guy is using a lot of magic, so how about we disable that with Silence? Silenced. Let's see. Yeah, it's basically almost exactly like the rock choice. Just have someone tank it, and you'll be fine. Bansat here is gonna help us out, and it looks like he's doing that by using up a bunch of buffs. I don't know how Ash is taking so much damage. This guy doesn't have a... Oh, this guy is counterattacking, and it works on magic. Yeah, since Penello's target changes too much, let's go ahead and switch over to Balthier. And since Balthier isn't getting a chance to... Well, Balthier's taking too much damage for Penelo to get rid of his blindness, because she's prioritizing healing. Let's just have him do it. Where are my eye drops? There are my eye drops. Yeah, similar to the, let's see, what was it called again? The rock toys? You can just, what's the word I'm looking for? Kite it around the arena, but it's not necessary. How do I keep losing track of these, eye drops? Eye drops.
Your best.
Let's go ahead and let Ash take the lead here. Don't know if Bansat's been throwing potions at us. He's been a little bit helpful, though. Anyway, that's the turtle down. And the characters automatically hold up the urn, so you do not have to worry about doing anything like that. And that's how it's done! Well, the hunt's over, so I'll be seeing you back at the clan hall. Take care of yourself now. And speaking of things at the clan hall, or rather, it's not related at all, we're gonna go ahead and pick up an optional item that's in here that's useful for another side quest. Let's see, Ash is using fire spells against these guys, so let's go ahead and put the flame staff while we're in this area. Or maybe I should avoid them, because these things are tough. But I am going to turn off my decoy gambits. It's fine. We're handling ourselves just fine. And hey, look at that. Penelo gained a level. As for where the item is at, I don't remember exactly. Suit of golden armor. Is that an upgrade? It is not. Just in case, I should probably pick up all these treasures around here too. Although that said, the one noteworthy treasure is actually in a very... It's right over there, actually. It's in one of those map urns. Or what's usually used as a map urn. Oh yeah, we have nothing to worry about. These guys aren't very tough. And hey, Ash blocked something with her flame staff. Way to go, Ash. But here it is. The Feather of the Flock. This item allows us to be able to talk to the cockatrices of Giza Plains. It's very, very handy. In fact, it is so handy, it is completely necessary in order to complete a certain side quest. Anyway, with that all taken care of, let's go ahead and report back to what's the word I'm working for? I guess client. Let's go ahead and report back to the client now. And then I suppose we'll call that an episode from here. Yeah, let me get back to them first. We've left to rejoin the others. Please visit us during the dry. We will thank you properly. Son of a sitch. Well then, I guess that's that. I'll go ahead and call that an episode here. Thank you all for watching. Don't forget to leave a like, dislike, comment, and subscribe. And I will see you guys next time. Spaced Oyster, signing out.